Crete, as according to Wikipedia, is the largest and most populous of the Greek islands, the 88th largest island in the world, and the 5th largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, after Sicily, Sardinia, Cyprus and Corsica. Crete rests approximately 160 kilometers south of the Greek mainland, has an area of 8,000 plus kilometers squared, and a coastline of 1,000 plus kilometers. This island in particular was home to one of the most successful Bronze Age civilizations in the East Mediterranean, the Minoans. Surviving for approximately almost 2,000 years, from around 3000 BCE to 1100 BCE. Of course, this period of time has seen fluctuations in the economy and culture found in the region, but had largely remained steady until several events occurred. The subject of this specific video is centered on such events, as well as what dealt the finishing blow to such a fascinating society. Firstly, to begin, I must give a more detailed overview into the Minoans of Crete. From art to pottery, palaces to trade, arguably the foremost known things about these people. As well as this, roots that stretched far into the Levant and the land east, the matriarchal faith they followed, snakes and bull leaping, and major cultural influence, paints a vivid picture of what a colourful and unique peoples these were. I would like to note that, despite popular opinion, the Minoans were quite possibly not so peaceful as they may have seemed. Warfare was often depicted in art, while warriors wrestled, hunted, trained themselves physically, as well as participated in the aforementioned bull leaping. These activities contribute to the newer perspective that, despite the artwork, palace culture and seeming pacifism, the Minoans were much more complex than what researchers and archaeologists previously believed. Of course, much of these findings are dated to around 100 years ago, so recent discovery is sure to change our view on things. Focusing on palace culture, it seems as though palaces were the bases for centralizing control and influence over a certain region. Not much is known on how these locations reflected the power dynamic in the area, but it can be seen as they acted as a place for the community to gather or store grain and wine, materials such as ceramics, as well as metals such as bronze, tin or copper. Many palaces even reached upwards of 4 stories high, or around 10 meters, stretching across a vast area, culminating in a complex full of decor, theatres, courtyards, a compound system of drains, as well as depictions of bulls and the snake goddess. As I've given a brief, but hopefully informative, overview on these people, I can finally discuss the main points as to the fall of the Minoan Civilization. The fate of the Minoans is tied with that of the Mycenaeans, as one of the Minoans spread outwards, landing in parts of mainland Greece and the wider Aegean. They had brought their culture and artistic influence to the modern-day land of Hellas. This had brought them into contact with the Mycenaeans, which developed into an interesting fusion of both cultures. While the Minoans brought art, pottery, architecture and their faith, as well as a more advanced socio-political system, the Mycenaeans brought their more militaristic and dominant doctrine, which led them to, in turn, dominate much of the mainland Greece and the surrounding islands. They would conquer Crete in time and bring about the end of a unique society. While the aforementioned foreign civilization played a large role in the downfall of Minoa, other influences must be recognized. The island of Terra, or Santorini, had a large chunk of its land submerged under water as its volcano erupted in 1500 BCE, or between 1627 and 1600 BCE, or between 1664 and 1616 BCE. Essentially, this large historical footnote in the region has no definitive date. It brought devastation to the surrounding islands in turn. Tsunamis and earthquakes had reached Crete destroying settlements as well as colonies found on nearby isles. However, it must be noted that not much ash was found, as the winds had fallen opposite to the island. Despite this, they could not escape the failed harvests, ruined villages and towns, and the anomie surrounding the god's will. Why would they abandon us? Some may ask.